Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 94 of my series in which I will try to collect 1 billion iron ingots. In today's episode, I am going to be focusing on making ethanol from my forestry tree farm. And to do that, first let's look up exactly how you make ethanol. So first off, to get ethanol, you need biomass, and you can use a fractioning still or a still from forestry. I know from a little bit of testing that the fractioning still is a whole lot faster, so we're going to be using the fractioning still. And to get biomass, we need a fermenter. And we need a few things for the fermenter. We need saplings, which we have. We need mulch, which we do not have, but we can get, as you'll see here in a second. And we need honey, fruit juice, or water. Now, I'm going to be using fruit juice, and that's because I have a bunch of apples. And to get fruit juice, we need the squeezer, and the squeezer will turn apples, and I'm not going to spend the time finding it, into fruit juice and mulch. As we see here, several of the fruits give percent chance for mulch, and that is where we're going to get the mulch for the fermenter. So we'll get the fruit juice and mulch from the fermenter. We already have the saplings from the tree farm, and that'll get us biomass, which we then turn into ethanol. Now to do that, let's go to the squeezer, because that's the first thing we're going to be needing. So let's get a bunch of squeezers, and I'm not sure how many exactly I need. Let's just grab 50 for right now. And if we go ahead and set this down, or one of them down, you see right here is an empty socket. What we can do with the empty socket is we can insert a circuit board. So let's look that up real fast. And there are 4 different types of circuit boards. But I'm going to go ahead and get the most intricate one, or the best one, because it's actually really cheap for me. All of these are super cheap. So let's go ahead and start making these guys. What I need is a bunch of... Wow, I can't spell. Gold. So let's grab some of that. And some redstone. And I think I did that in reverse. Okay, so how we make these is we need a carpenter. And I already have one set up, so let's just roll on over there. I have a carpenter in this building here. So let's go down this elevator. Our carpenter is right here. And we don't need this pattern anymore. Cool, I have another analyzer. And I think the pattern is something like this. Yes. So let's go ahead and I'm going to wait for a few of these to get made. Actually, while that's happening, what I can do is I can make, because we need a tool, we need a soldering iron. And for that, I need another carpenter. I should have made the soldering iron first. So let's get 3 iron and a bronze. 3 iron ingots and a bronze. And after this second circuit board's made, I'm going to change the recipe real fast so we can get a soldering iron. Okay, so if I remember right, it's something like this? Yeah. So, and then I can show exactly what I need to do here. So let's see here. How do we do this? Okay, so we need electron tubes, that's right. Completely forgot exactly how that worked. Okay, so there are a bunch of these guys, and they provide some bonuses. If you hold shift here, you can see some of the bonuses. I think, if I remember right, I need the blazing electron tube. And that's because, as you see, it says socketed machines, speed boost 2. It increases the speed of the machine, but it also increases the power usage of the machine. I'm not worried about the power usage. I got plenty of power. I do want... What was I gonna say? I do want the machines to be sped up. So we'll need this machine. Let's set this machine up to make more circuit boards real fast, and then I need to get that Thermionic Fabricator, and we need to make some blazing electron tubes. I know I don't have a Thermionic Fabricator yet, so let's go ahead and make one. And that is pretty simple recipe, to be honest. Wait, yes. For a second, for whatever reason, I thought maybe a soldering iron was in the recipe. Okay, so let's grab one of these guys. If I remember right, I'm going to need some sand. I'm going to grab 2 stacks real fast. Oh, that's cool. My phone just... Let's just do that. My phone's being weird. Okay, so... let's go down here and find a spot for this. Let's try over here. I think if I dig down over here, we have some power. We do. Because I need that power. So let's grab some flux duct real fast. And hook this up. If I remember right, what you do is you throw sand in here. And with power, it will melt into liquid glass. And we need that... we need the recipe. Okay, so we need 5 blaze powder and 2 redstone. So let's grab a bunch of blaze powder and redstone. And then redstone. Cool. If I remember right, that is the recipe. More liquid resources need to be supplied for operation. Okay, I think what needs to happen, this just needs to heat up to get the sand into liquid glass, and that'll take just a little bit of time here. As we see the bars rising, let's see how many electron tubes we have. Or circuit boards, my bad. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to need those. I think we can get rid of that. Definitely going to need those. The analyzer's trash. So let's grab some stone real fast. Cover up that hole I made. Since we're just waiting on things at this point. Okay, so if I remember right, how you do this is you just right click with the soldering iron, and then you throw in a circuit board, and then you can throw up to 4 electron tubes onto each one of these intricate circuit boards. And so I think what we're going to do is, we need to toggle this over to machine upgrade, and then we should be able to slap those on. And I just shift clicked that, and it automatically attached. So that's cool. I have 1 circuit board. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a bunch of these to get made and a bunch of the circuit boards to get made as well, and then I'm going to be right back. Now I have 20 circuit boards, so let's go ahead and get these all attached. And let's see here. Okay, cool. This won't be too bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift these around. And do it like this. That won't be too bad. And it would be even easier if I did this. There we go. That's a little bit faster. And I'm thankful that they stack once you have the electron tubes attached to them. So that's cool. We got all those. Let's go ahead and throw these guys away. We're going to need some fermenters as well, and I have already checked this out. These do not take electron tubes. They actually work pretty fast without any additional speed upgrades, so that's pretty cool. Let's craft a bunch of those as well. I'm sure I don't actually need 50, but whatever. I'm just going to grab them because I can. Okay, that should be fine. Let's head off to our building after we take a nap. So our building is actually kind of small, and that's because I'm not going to be producing a huge amount of ethanol, but it should actually be a pretty good amount after we're all said and done, because in the past you had to use the stills from the Forestry mod itself to make ethanol, And stills are actually quite slow. And that's kind of unfortunate, but since you can now use fractioning stills from thermal expansion, the fractioning stills are quite a bit faster, and it's really, really nice. So here's our building, and I don't know that I showcased this, but it does have a basement, as most buildings of mine do. And let's just see what we have. We have 2.5 million apples, so that's fantastic. We have 720,000 saplings, and that's just because these silver lime saplings are kind of completely overpowered at this point. And then we have a bunch of extra wood as well, and the system is self-powered. It works fantastic. This system in here will actually be, I think, self-powered by the time I get done with it. Initially it won't be because I will need power input, but so let's get started with this setup. I think how we're gonna do this is, let's insert the apples from the bottom. I'm not sure how much power this thing will use. So let's set one down. Let's throw in a circuit board. And let's see. Still not sure how much power that's going to use. Let's just throw a bunch of these down and attach the circuit boards real fast. I think I'm just going to have one row of these guys. The squeezers should work fairly fast with these circuit boards, because they have 4 upgrades that upgrade their speed, so I'm really hoping that they'll be pretty fast. Come on. Okay, so that's all of those. Let's go in the basement and let's actually use this guy. Let's set him to 1 by 1 so we can do that. Still made a mess. Okay, so did it seriously just like... Oh, it gave me my circuit boards back, I think is what happened. I didn't know that they would actually separate the circuit boards once you broke the machine, but apparently they do. That's fine. I'm glad I didn't lose them. So that should be good. Let's see, how does this line up? Actually, that lines up fairly well. So let's go down to the basement. And actually, we need a shovel. We're gonna need it. Let's grab a couple shovels. Whoa, lag alert. That's why I grabbed 2, because that one was done for. Okay, so that works out really well, actually. So what we can do is... first off, we need apples, so let's grab some item duct. Let's actually tell the system to make some more. That's cool. So let's grab some servos, some retrievers. Oh, cool. I have a bunch of Enderium made. I forgot about that. Let's grab some regular item duct as well, because for this initial stage I want to use the regular item duct here, and then... Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. And then for this right here, we will be using the signalum plated version. And to make this look nice and neat, we can go ahead and use this wall. We can cover that up afterwards. So let's slap a servo on here and let's make sure this works. Always on with round robin. Are these things getting apples? They are. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and connect the rest of them up. For right now, we do need power to this system. Like I said, this will be a self-powered system at some point. Probably at the end of the episode if I have enough time. So let's grab an energy cell. How I think I'm going to do this is... I'm going to grab some flux duct. And for right now, we'll just run an energy cell from right here. We can be in everywhere except out the front. And then we can just kind of run this power right here. Okay, that's cool. And I can cover that up later. So right now we should see the squeezer started working. We see our mulch, we see our fruit juice. So that's fantastic. Next we will need our fermenters. And I think what we can do is maybe place them right here. I'm not sure if that'll actually be where I finally put them. But we need the fruit juice to be over here. We need the apple or the mulch to come over here. And we also need the saplings to come over here. So let's go ahead and get that set up. And let's grab some impulse item duct. We're going to have to wrench all this to be separate. And we can run that over there. Okay, hopefully we didn't screw anything up at this point. Cool. Okay, so we'll need servo here, always on, round robin. And then we'll need to go down here. And this is why I love this thing. Okay, so that's everything. We need power. This will give us power and items. Okay, let's see here. So now we need the mulch and the fruit juice. So how are we going to do that? How indeed. Actually, what maybe I can do here is instead of having a servo over there, I can have a bunch of retrievers. So let's get rid of this. And I think what I'm going to try, hopefully this will work, is, oh, first I need to grab mulch and saplings. So mulch, saplings. Okay, we're gonna whitelist mulch and saplings. So that first one, can't do anything quite yet, and that's because we have these disconnected. But if we wrench one of these guys right here, everything should be connected. And I'm gonna have a, actually that's not a problem at all, because I think the machines are smart enough not to take in things which they can't take. Okay, so that's cool. So we don't have any problems right now. We have saplings, we have mulch, fantastic. And actually the servo even helps the other machines get their stuff too. And that's just a kind of a quirk of how retrievers work. I said servos, I think, but I meant retriever. So now we need fruit juice to get over here, and that's actually really simple. We just need some fluid duct, and let's just go ahead and use this, the good variety. And this will just be using servos on all of these right here. These need to be always on. And I don't know why, but I'm seeing some server lag here. Or I'm accidentally placing servos where I'm not meaning to place servos. Either way. Let's see. Do I see any weird servos? I don't. So what I'm going to do real fast off camera is I'm going to put retrievers on all of these guys, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, now I have retrievers on all these guys, and they have actually started working. As we see here, we have fruit juice, silver lime saplings, mulch, and finally biomass. So the next thing we need is we need some stills, fractioning stills. So let's grab those. And we're going to need more stills than we have of the other machines. So, excuse me. I'm gonna grab something like 60 of these guys. And in addition to all that, let's go ahead and let's get rid of some stuff real fast. Throw some mulch in here, get rid of these extra saplings. So far everything seems to be working out pretty well. All these machines have mulch and saplings and biomass. So that's cool. The only thing is, actually, I'm going to have to redo this a little bit. What I'm going to do is, and because at some point I might run into an imbalance of mulch versus fruit juice, so I actually need to store the mulch and fruit juice in some sort of temporary location. Otherwise, we're going to have issues. So what I'm going to do is, for the fruit juice, I'm going to get a black hole tank. And for the mulch, I'm just going to get a black hole unit. I only need one. Okay, so for the tank, there isn't a super neat way to do this because of how I set this up. Actually, I think there's a not bad way to do this, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to have superlaminar fluid duct up here as well. I'm going to go ahead and put a servo right here for N, and we're going to go ahead and put the tank right here, and we're going to have retrievers. And what we're going to do is we are going to wrench all of these, and theoretically anyways, this should work. Realistically, will it work? I hope so. It looks like it is, so that's fantastic. You know what? I'm not going to set up mulch storage because I think mulch is the thing we get less of. I mean, we get more fruit juice than mulch, I think, so I think it should be alright. So I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and start setting up our fractioning stills. And we can set these up, I think, over here. And how I'm going to set this up is I'm actually going to set these facing towards the middle here. And you'll see why here in a second. And that's because that way I can configure these kind of the same. Let's go down in the basement and dig up this. That way we can put our... Actually, I think it might have to be fluid duct here. Let's see. I don't think there is a solid byproduct of creating ethanol with the fractioning still. There is not. So we don't need to worry about items. We just need to worry about liquid in, liquid out. So I think under here, let's do the liquid out under here. Yes. So what I'm going to do real fast is I need to configure a bunch of these machines. I need conversion kits, and it looks like I need 22. But for right now, that'll do. And then I need some augments to speed them up. Let's grab a couple stacks. So what I'm going to do for each of these guys off camera is I'm going to set them up to be out on the bottom and in the back. And then I'm going to slap on a resonant conversion kit, and I'm going to fill them with speed augments. So I'm going to do that for all of these machines, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, I have all of the fractioning still set up. There are monsters outside, and I need to get the biomass from over here to over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some superlaminar fluid duct, which I have right here, and we're just going to tack this across here. And it will need to go to over here, and I've already laid these down because the inputs are in the back of all these machines. And I want some storage in between, so I'm going to grab a black hole tank So let's do that. And I think how we're going to do this is... Nope, that is a bad spot for that. Let's go over here and set up the tank right... Yeah, we can do it right there. Actually, let's do this real fast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the fluid duct under here. Whoops, there goes my door. And then it'll come up. So what will happen with this fluid duct here is... That way it's kind of hidden. Or it's hidden, yeah, it is. It will actually be completely hidden, pretty much. It'll be... Okay, so the servo is going to be right here. I need a retriever right here. And then my black hole tank will go right here. After we get rid of that. So theoretically, I said theoretically. Oh, maybe I can't pull out biomass from that side. Let me try something else real fast. Let me try a servo. Okay, for whatever reason, that works, but the other way did not. Okay, so I'm just going to throw on servos on all of these guys because apparently that works, and the retriever did not. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so now all of these guys should be seeing some biomass. That's fantastic. Oh shoot, I might not be able to do that. What I'm going to do with this is... I don't know that I can put a cover or a door on a cover. So I'm going to do that. And then let's grab some stone real fast. Yes, and I already have my door. I really kind of want to put my door back in. Because monsters and stuff. Okay, so that's fixed. We don't have power yet, but that's not a problem. We need some fluid duct here. And we need the signalum plated variety. And we need this to not connect. I don't think it will. Okay, I don't know why that didn't connect. Oh, I know why it didn't connect. I can fix that though. It's because I already had ethanol in the pipes down here. And when a fluid duct has liquid in it and you put a fluid duct adjacent to it, it will not connect. So that's fantastic. Okay, so that's all good. We should have ethanol. And it's just going into the fluid duct. It has nowhere to go right now, but we can solve that. Oh shoot, I kind of wanted to... Oh duh, I'm a moron. So what we have is... Can I connect two different types? I don't think I can. No. So I'm just gonna have to use actually I think I can connect the regular hardened fluid duct to the signalum plated variety. I can. Cool. And what we're gonna do, that should be able to connect. Let's just run this down to a tank. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the power system for right now. We're getting our ethanol. That's fantastic. I can cover all this up and make this look neater off camera, but I think it's a good wrapping up point. We have our ethanol being made. Let's see if we can actually see. I think it makes only 10 millibuckets at a time. And actually, it probably does more than that. Actually, I can see exactly how much it's made if I do that. So it makes 30 at a time with these augments. I'm not sure if that's its traditional rate and it just speeds this up or what. But anyways, from every 10 millibuckets of biomass, you get 3 millibuckets of ethanol. And that's fantastic. So we're getting ethanol. It should be at a decent rate. Not super fast rate or anything, but it should be a decent rate of ethanol. Maybe in the next episode I can set up a simple power system to power all of this. But for right now, I think that's kind of a semi-complete build. So in today's episode, I managed to complete this, or mostly complete this building, and now we have ethanol production, which is fantastic. We will definitely have a surplus of trees and apples, so I shouldn't have to worry about all of that. From the beginning of the episode, I already have 8,000 more saplings, so that's pretty fantastic. I'm actually short on biomass, which is weird. Okay. Not really sure what's going on with that. That's really weird. Hang on, I'm going to try to troubleshoot this and see what's going on, and then I'm going to be right back. So I think I know what the problem is, and I'm not sure why it's occurring, because this super laminar fluid duct should be able to handle pretty much infinite fluid flow, but we're just seeing a bottleneck somewhere in the fluid extraction from these fermenters. If I hook 3 of these guys up with servos here, what we see is that we start to see it build up, and occasionally it'll start removing, but then it'll build up again, and I'm not sure why that's happening. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a bucket and throw it. Can I throw a bucket in here? No, I can't. Shoot. I have another way to maybe do this. So let's grab some more fluid duct. And I'm going to need some black hole tanks to maybe make this work. Hopefully I can make these. So the next try would be to do this. And this is terrible because we're going to see. Okay, I thought maybe I would accidentally get some. That's item duct, not fluid duct. Derp. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lay this across, and each one will have their own tank. And then we'll do something like this. And then we'll give them all servos. Hopefully they're happy. Okay, so it looks like all of these are working just fine. Like I said, I'm not really sure what the problem is here, but there is a problem. Let's try to fix it. Okay, so see, look at how fast these things make biomass. It's kind of insane. And part of that's just because these silver limes are pretty fantastic, and we're using fruit juice versus water. Fruit juice increases the yield, and what we're gonna have to do is now I'm gonna have to put fluid duct here with servos, and maybe that'll work. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'm gonna try it. And that'll be something like that. Okay, so that one needs to be not connected. And then let's just lay these across. And then we'll turn a few of these on. Let's see if we're getting... What I want to see is these things not be starved, because they were being starved. It looks like we're biomass positive right now, so that's fantastic. Something seems to be working. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this hopefully fixed. I'm not sure why it wouldn't work the other way around, but whatever. Looks like all is good. Okay, so in today's episode, I managed to make this ethanol production facility, not without its problems, but it seems to be working just fine right now. And I can make it look a little bit neater with covers and stuff between episodes, so that's not a problem. As of right now, I have 664 million iron ingots, so that's pretty fantastic. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.